news. I'd forgotten to take it out with me, so didn't know if he'd been trying to reach me. I found the phone in the fruit bowl and turned it on to see if there were any messages. There were 4 missed calls and 1 text, all from Matt. The text said, "When are you back? Need to talk." 2 minutes later the doorbell rang. I opened the door to my 2 closest friends, Lorna and Debs. They had said they'd drop in on their way back from a trip to the garden centre. "Spring flowers," said Debs, and handed me a bunch of white tulips. "Thanks, but shush. Matt's home, asleep on the sofa," I said, as I ushered them through the hall and into the kitchen diner, where I shut the door after them. They made an odd pair. Debs, a curvaceous bohemian, 47 years old, with a mop of dark hair piled on top of her head and kept in place with a chopstick, was wearing a kingfisher blue silk top, green harem trousers, and a big emerald amulet fit for an Egyptian high priestess. Although British, born and bred, with her olive skin and brown eyes, she looked Spanish, a throwback to her Andalusian great-grandmother, she'd told us. Next to her, Lorna was small and slim, in her 50s, and was in jeans and a blue shirt rolled up at the sleeves. Her silver-white hair cut neatly to her shoulders. I was the oldest of the 3 of us, but often felt like the youngest, a 20-year-old trapped in an old body. Matt called my friends the S and S, the silly and the sensible, Debs being the first, Lorna the latter. He said that each of them represented a different side of my nature. "There's more to me than that," I told him. "I have many sides. I'm multifaceted like a diamond." He'd laughed. Cheek. "Matt, what's going on?" asked Debs, and was about to go barging in to see him, but I pulled her back. "I don't know, but he's clearly had a skinful. Best leave him for now." "Not like him," said Lorna, as she settled on a stool at the island. "Why don't you wake him?" asked Debs. "Find out." "I thought I'd let him sleep whatever it is off first." "Wise," said Lorna, and stood up. "Should we go?" Maybe. In case... I don't know, something's clearly happened, and until I know what, I don't... Probably best you're not here to see him in whatever state he wakes up in." "No clues at all?" asked Debs. "No, apart from a dictionary on the table. He must have been working on something. He always had his nose in a book, researching something or other for his job as a TV programme developer." Lorna handed me a pot. In it was a wild geranium, its white flowers tinged with the faintest pink blush. "It's a cashmere white. If you like it, we can get more," she said, as she headed for the front door, where she pulled out a leaflet and handed it to me. "And this lists the gardening classes on locally. We could go together, but we can talk about that another time. Come on, Debs. Call us if you need." "Call us anyway," said Debs. "I will," I said, and saw them back out. I was sorry to see them go. I'd been looking forward to an hour catching up with them, with a bottle of rosé on the decking outside in the warm May sunshine. Plus, Lorna had promised to help me make a start on the long-overdue task of designing the garden borders. "And thanks for the plant, Lorna. It's lovely." Lorna stepped forward and hugged me. "Keep calm and carry on, as they say." "Ditto," said Debs, and hugged me as well. After they'd gone, I went back to the kitchen and put the kettle on. My mind had gone into overdrive. What had happened? Need to talk? That wasn't like Matt. Over the years, he'd become Mr. Incommunicado. He never needed to talk, unless it was to discuss what to get from the farmer's market for